commend you for always being considerate, especially to members, in allocating time to comment. For that, I'm grateful, because on several instances I've spoken in this house was courtesy of you. Secondly,
Hey, that's malicious.
that's not malicious. That's not malicious, because you have greatly contributed to giving young people platform to showcasing what they can offer. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, on the issue of the statement by Senator Hamida, we have so many young people who are frustrated out here, and not just the medical interns. I think we as leaders need a conversation around it so that we do not lose or continue losing young people to such. Secondly, on the rape aspect, not just for Kajiado County, we have rape cases reported countrywide, but I think serious action has not been taken also. I also feel we should not send people to report to police, because the moment you're sending them to report to police, most times at those stations, the officers there are very reluctant to actually take action, or sometimes they are compromised because the perpetrators are well known or they are people of means, so it actually becomes a challenge. I think Mwanainchi should take radical action themselves. In as much as that might sound extreme, maybe that will sound as a wake-up call so that we have that conversation in this country. Lastly, the statement by Senator Eddy on the border clashes. The clashes have been happening in very many parts of the country. You see Chepilat area, you see Keroka, Nyamira. Most of those clashes, when you look at them, it's issues to do with border disputes, land, or theft of cattle. Maybe...
Give us 1 minute.
Okay. I like the proposal by Senator Ledama of actually taking the initiative to sit down with Senator Eddy and other leaders, and we should borrow this to other areas we are having these border conflicts, like Kisumu, Keroka area, so that we solve these issues internally, other than let them escalate and affect very innocent people who otherwise shouldn't have been part of the crisis. Thank you.
Senator John Methu, also known as Gitunga.
Such a good name to introduce me with, Honorable Speaker, and I want to indulge you with the utmost humility that you allow me to comment on the statement that has been sought by Senator Dulo. That I know it's under 51, and that's why I'm asking for your kind indulgence, just as you indulge Senator Osotsi. I'll spend my 2 minutes, very, very effectively. And because I have not gotten an opportunity, I also want to join my colleagues in celebrating the life of Senator Cheptumo, whom I served with at the Committee on Lands. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Honorable Speaker, I also would not want to discuss as to the reason why there has been heckling across the country on meetings that have been attended by the President. Honorable Speaker, it is common knowledge that people express their displeasure in different ways, Honorable Speaker. But I am more concerned, even as we look at this matter, as to why anybody would round up people after a meeting and you want to arrest people and take them to court because they heckled you or because they expressed displeasure when you attended a meeting, Honorable Speaker. How would the police actually identify the people who attended that particular meeting? If indeed these are people who are known, why can't they be stopped before the meeting, Honorable Speaker? And Honorable Speaker, I want to say this way. I have seen that part of the reporting of the motion that we had yesterday here about Kenya's attempt to clinch the AUC position, Honorable Speaker, senators were actually condemning Kenyans who celebrated that particular loss, Honorable Speaker. I would want to say this, Honorable Speaker. It is my opinion that Kenyans never celebrated because Raila Odinga lost. A section of the Kenyans who celebrated, they actually celebrated because they actually feel and they believe that William Ruto lost that particular election, because it is William Ruto who was the person who was fronting Raila Odinga, Honorable Speaker. It is our responsibility, Honorable Speaker, to be very, very happy when William Ruto is sad.
A comment on a statement now is not open to a debate on a motion which was concluded yesterday.
Yeah,
so you will not benefit from an extra minute.
It's a comment on this statement, Honorable Speaker. I'm not going outside.
Because you are now taking advantage of.
No, I'm not going. I know that one may hurt you, Honorable Speaker, but allow me.
It's not hurting me, but I'm just wondering.
It will of course hurt you, but I will restrain myself to the content of this particular motion, Honorable Speaker. This particular statement. I will not go to discussing as to whether William Ruto lost, but I would want to say, Honorable Speaker, yeah, I can be informed. If you want to inform me, you can inform me. No, Speaker, if you allow her, I can be informed.
You know, I'm just observing your behavior because Senator Tabitha, what is it going to do? To read your statement? Let him conclude. You want to inform him?
Yeah, because I think it's really unprofessional or pretense for Senator Methu to say that the candidate we had in AU, was His Excellency Dr. William Ruto. Surely, if we look at the ballot, we didn't see any name of His Excellency Dr. William. So you cannot come and lie Kenyans. Yeah, you can't come and lie Kenyans that Dr. William was the one who was the candidate of AU. So even His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga said very well. He's the one who said he wanted that position. What Dr. William did was only to assist and campaign for him. So differentiate the two issues. Don't lie Kenyans that you think they are not well educated. They are well informed. And they read newspapers and they see things.
So, Senator Methu, conclude on the statement.
Yeah. Honorable Speaker, that's why you need to actually be inducting your members. That would not be information, maybe that would be a point of order. And if that is being exuded by the Deputy Leader of Majority, you know that we are in very deep troubles, Honorable Speaker. But my comment on this would be, Honorable Speaker, I was not expounding on the issues on AUC. I was saying that you cannot control how people behave or how people take you or how people feel when you are attending a meeting and when you are having a rally in their area. It is your responsibility to go and to speak to them. It is their responsibility to feel whatever they want to feel. If they feel happy about you, it's okay. If they heckle you, it's okay. It's not every time, because people don't believe in whatever you're saying, that you want them to clap for you. They cannot clap for you every time, because over time they will know that you are lying to them. And over time they will express that anger. So let people tell the truth.
Actually, you are right. Also, there is somewhere else, so even people tear-gassing other people even speaking. It's so people express in different way. I agree with you. Senator Tabitha Karanja. Yes. Let me conclude, then you read the statement. Only 2 minutes.
Speaker, I rise to comment. I wish I could comment about my own statement, but I can't, by the rule of the House. But I want to thank Senator Edama, and I want to thank Senator Sifuna, Senator Okenyuri, and all the senators who contributed to that statement, because it's a very important statement that has led to a lot of loss of lives in Kuria and in the Masai side. Mr. Speaker, very quickly, let me comment about the statement by Senator Amida Kibwana. Mr. Speaker, I want to plead with this House that we need to do a serious inquiry on the state of affairs in our medical facilities, where our medical interns are. Because, Mr. Speaker, for somebody to become a medical intern, it means that they are really, really committed to become a doctor. That is what it means, because the work that is involved for somebody to go through the rigorous studies, the simulations in different studies institutions, and become a medical intern. They're actually very committed to become a medical doctor. But the problem that we have, Mr. Speaker, other than the ones that are known, of course, the ones that are known are usually three. The issue of delayed payments that we have talked about, and many people have talked about here, I don't want to belabor. The issue of lack of proper allowances, given the work that they do. Some of them do a long night problems that they keep on solving, and the issue of poor working environment. Other than this, Mr. Speaker, because I have been very close to a number of medical interns in this country. Mr. Speaker, the corruption that is in our medical field is extremely big. Do you know, Mr. Speaker, that 90% of medical interns in this country perform procedures without supervision? And if they call a consultant to come and take care of them during those supervisions, the way they are treated by those consultants, because those consultants don't want to leave their private practice. Mr. Speaker, this issue of private practice in this country is something that must be dealt with. Because the issue of burnout that medical interns end up experiencing is predominantly because of that element of private practice that doctors don't want to give and consultants don't want to give medical interns the support that they need. And they end up having serious burnout, they end up being mistreated, and in some cases, they end up being very under-equipped to the extent that they are exposed to risks that then leads to this kind of frustrations. Mr. Speaker, despite the fact that it is seen that only 2 medical interns have died out of suicidal means, Mr. Speaker, other mental disorders that are coming in this country, Mr. Speaker, are untold. I want to urge this House, on the basis of what Senator Amida has brought to this House, can we, as a House, bring a serious motion and form a special committee to be able to actually do a proper investigation on the status of medical interns when they join work up to when they leave? Who are they assigned to? Who are their supervisors? Who is assisting them? And how are they treated in those places of work? Because this is very important. Otherwise, we are getting serious.
Thank you, Senator Okech.